Okay. So this is like my second viewing because I'm fucking stupid and I forgot to hit record. But basically, here we have Mina in Seeker or whatever the fuck, who's bad and they're sad about Mina. Mina and Celeste difficult heroes to play, but the real problem is that you lack fundamentals. Bam! Right off the bat, this is a mistake. As soon as Bebop bombs you, he can't do anything else. He can just stare at you menacingly. So instead of walking backwards and panicking because you got bombed, walk forwards and shoot him in the face, try and get love bites off. Poke, poke, poke. That's fine. Poke, poke, poke. Yeah. Again, it's still fine. Pushing the wave, poking away. All that shit. That's nice. Same problem, right? You've also like taken quite a lot of minion damage. You never ever want to tank minions because in the really early lane, like minions do a ton of damage. So like they've already done 69 damage to you. You've already effectively taken like a free Bebop bomb just because like you were standing wrong. I'm just checking everything's recording because I'm fucking yeah. So always try and stand behind your minions instead of face tanking their minions. Which, by the way, this is like another big reason why the push is so important, right? Because if you kill all their minions, then they have no minions to stand behind. So they have to go like either back behind their tower, wait for their new minion lane, and that gives you like a really big opportunity to get a winning trade. Poke, 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 push, 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 lane, lane, lane. Don't care. This is fine. I mean, you're still tanking the minion wave, which is not fine. And now look at that. 200 damage. Bro, like you have 670 health. 200 damage is like just under a third of that, and it's all completely free. Didn't need to lose anything. Push, 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 push. Yeah, it's the same. I said this already with Bebop bombs, so who cares?
Satisfying.
Gameplay. This is fine. This is fine. You know, you're just kind of playing the game. Here, you're probably looking to tank minions again. Looking to buy. You're taking too long to buy, dude. You should buy like instantly. Like it's the first item. It was basically the same every time. Like just fucking buy immediately. Push, push, push. You're playing very afraid, I would say. But here again, like because they've pushed the wave out, if you trade into this, like you're gonna lose a bunch of health to minions. 50, 69, look at all that minion damage. So this is like Bebop's pole position is pushing your opponent like under tower and then harassing them with like constant bombs and his punch, drop, whatever it does. Which means like you always want to be shoving your wave like away into Bebop rather than allowing him to shove you under. He's just fucking trolling, like that's really stupid. I have no idea why he would do that. You convert that into a kill. Nice. Like I like you correctly identified that this guy was completely running it down. And now, look at that. Now you're 600 souls up. This lane should basically be over. Another thing is like it's after the 2-minute mark, which means your T1 camp is already up. You should be looking to take that T1 camp immediately. Good job, you got first blood. Nice one. I mean, so the thing is, like, and this might be why you say, like, the lane goes one way or another, is because you're quite passive. If you're already under the tower and you're just chilling, what you're really doing is, like, waiting for your opponent to just completely sprint it down like that Bebop did, rather than, like, forcing that opportunity. Buy. Nice quick buy. Healing right. Whatever. Got your 2. I mean, here, again, like, you just saw him use his bomb, right? Like, what's he gonna do then? You got a big soul lead. You've got your 2. Like, there's no chance you die if you slide down the stairs and start pressuring him, looking for that rake, looking for that proc on your love bites. Nice love bites. Still, there's a free rake right in there. And Silver, like, Silver can be a little bit scary to get into close range of. But actually, like, without her ult, she'll have a really hard time killing you. Same again, he's used his bomb, so what's he gonna do? Nothing. Nothing. You are allowed to go beyond, like, the stairs, you know? Here we go. Something that you can do, your rake is on, like, a really low cooldown, right? It's like 8 seconds or 10 seconds or something in that early game. So you should always be looking to, like, use it when it's up, even if that means like you have to get a little bit aggressive, like zone them off and then look to rake their health minion, their siege minion, like whatever you want to call it, because you get health back, right? So if you're always looking to like rake a couple of minions in the wave, that means you'll secure the push like much more frequently. Again, like you're standing a million miles away, but whatever, because this Mo is taking an ass trade. A little bit of minion tanking, but it's fine. Here, trade back. Fuck this guy, right? He just blew all his cooldowns, and he got nothing done. Mo is absolutely fine. Slide down those stairs. Nice. This is so minor, but you wasted a dash when you can just slide down the stairs. Also, take that T1 camp. Again, you're looking for that rake on the minions, dude. Like, rake, low cooldown. You get health back when you use it on minions. Rake that shit. Now you take T1 camp, surely. This misplay, you're like 47 souls off a 1600 item. You should be waiting. Take the T1 camp and then buy a 1600 item.
The old New York tuxedo.
Hooray! Very cool. I mean, it's like literally almost 2.5 minutes late, but it's still cool. Poke, 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 fight, fight, fight. Whatever. No, there's not much to say about that. But notice how like they're pushing you over and over and over again, right? Like you're spending the whole game under your tower, which means you give up prior around the map, and you have no chance to do any damage to their walker, their T1 turret. And that is because you're holding this rake all the time. I don't know why you dash into bomb range, but it's fine, you can take them down. Now you got your ult, so they're way behind on souls. They're not going to get their ult for like another fucking 30 seconds to a minute, like another 1 or 2 waves. This is a huge window of opportunity to kill one. It's probably Bebop. Dude, Bebop is fucking... While Mo's not here... Where is Mo? I can't see him on the map. Whatever. Bebop's kind of trolling. Like, he's completely alone. He's at half HP, and you have your ulti. Like, kill angle for sure. Even this, Bebop's completely trolling. Like, oh, I hit a hook. Like, Bebop is always like, I see hook, therefore I take hook. They never think about whether or not, like, bringing over the person is a good idea or a bad idea. So here, 100% of the time, you should be looking to 2 forward while the Bebop bomb explodes to like not take any damage and then kill him. Like this is the freest kill in the world. Here, I remember this one from last time that I fucking reviewed this and fucked it up. Like, it's a lot of boxes, but you're completely ditching Mo. And like Mo is just gonna die, right? Like he's a sitting duck, he's got no health. Yeah, so it's not like the end of the world, but it's probably not great. There are also the bridge buffs up. Remember, 5 minutes, and every 5 minutes after that, the bridge buffs spawn. That means that like you got to be playing around that before they spawn, not like after they do. The Silver Bebop, like they have prior because they pushed a wave in, so they can easily go and take these buffs. But they should already be standing there, and if they aren't, then you should be looking to shove the wave in as hard as you can, like the 4-minute 30 wave, and then stand exactly where the buff is going to spawn, like when it spawns. Misses hook. This guy's dead. Surely this guy's dead, right? Yeah, nice. Mo hard engaged and you follow. Good stuff. Honestly, yeah, you should be killing both here, but... Very cool. Bebop surely also dead. I mean, you just let Bebop run away. I guess it's fine because you have a wave to take. But this is what I mean about prior. Like, because you have a wave to take, because you never have the push, like, you can't chase Bebop and you can't get 2 kills. But getting the bridge buff, very cool, very nice. 1.5 minutes late, but it's not bad. You can test this 100%. Nice, kill Bippity Boppity. Now, here, like, look, they have, Bebop's dead, it's a 1v2, and your wave is pushed into them. You should be looking to take this tier 1 tower.
Nice job.
Take your T1 cap, like, whatever. That's fine. Again, it's late, but it's not the end of the world. Very minor point, but, like, look on the minimap, right? You can see that Haze is going to beat you to this buff, so there's no point in, like, chasing. Just go back to the lane and take the wave. Oh, my Maru died. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Push, push, push. Push, man. Push. Push doesn't mean like... Yeah, you're poking away at the Bebop, which is fine. Like, you get love bites once your ult... once you have your ult, like, love bites become much more important for those long-term stacks. But push this wave. Shoot the minions. Use your rake. Like, you're always looking to secure this push so that you can do more stuff around the map and you can threaten the tower. This chick's dead. When your teammate dies, you gotta remember that, like, they'll be back up in the early game in like 15 seconds. Maybe like one wave at most. Which means you should be listening and looking at the minimap and seeing, like, while they have an opportunity to absolutely fly off the zipline into their opponent for a hard engage, they'll come back with full HP, with all their souls spent. And this is a great opportunity to kill them. But instead, like, you back away, for no real reason. Yeah, see, like, Silver gets away there because you should be... Same again. 2 forward, dodge the bomb damage, all that stuff. Yeah, Silver gets away because you're like slightly off. It's only a few seconds, but those few seconds like really matter. You need to be going in exactly when that Mo goes in, not like after you realize. Bebop uses the ult for absolutely nothing, so that's good. Take these sinners, bro. Yeah, nice. This is good. This is a very small point, but it's better to take the sinners on the left-hand side, in my opinion, at the 8-minute mark, because you don't have to kill this camp as well. It's a better tempo to just take the sinners, go back to the wave, clear the wave, and then go back and take your sinners. You're also sitting on quite a lot of souls. I mean, like, look at it this way. Like, you have 6.3k souls, which is quite a lot. But you haven't spent half of that. So really, you're sitting on 3.2k souls. Which is not a lot. I don't know why you take this elaborate route. Fuck me. Every time it tilts me. Dude, just go to the zip line. It's right there. And again, speed boost. Like, you gotta be using that speed boost. Because, like, it's just faster. Like, I don't know. Toxic bullets, fine. Mina core I am. And you spent those souls. Again, like, you just based, but you're still sort of assuming this really passive position. Where's Silver, right? Silver's fucking wandered off to steal one of your camps or some shit. Steal your sinners. So Bebop's in a 1v2. He's behind in souls. You just bought a tier 3 item, which is a massive power spike. Fucking get up in his face, dude. But again, like, you're very passive. You're very willing to, like, give up right. Yeah, see, your Mo, like, takes the initiative. He's got those hard engage tools. He can use them. He should be dead here. There's no... Yeah, he's dead. I like the parry attempt. You've kind of fumbled it. So the thing is, like, there's no point in going in for that parry on the tower because, like, the dive is over. Like, Bebop's dead. But it's, I guess, something worth practicing anyway. I really hope the Silver dies as well. Nah, see, the Silver gets away, and it's because you sort of panic, right? Like, you're in that really close environment where she has her ulti, and you can hear it coming. You hear her go, ah, woo. So what do you think is going to happen next, dude? Like, she's going to turn into a werewolf, and you're trapped in this tiny room with her. I get that you're trying 2 away, and it's sometimes a bit difficult to, like, 2 with precision, like, through doorways and stuff, which is just going to be a byproduct of practice. But part of that is like not being in that situation in the first place. The thing is, now, even though you didn't kill Silver, like, she can't do anything for the next 20 seconds or whatever, because she has to go back to base. She has to get her health back. There's no one to defend this tier 1 tower. This tier 1 tower is like free as fuck. Your Mo is sitting there like with a wave and he's pushing it. You should be pushing it with him. Here, like, you kind of wander around for a bit. Like, look at this. All this time that you spent, like, wandering around, like, you could have taken the tier 1 tower. That's fine. I would absolutely be going for this bridge buff that just spawned rather than this camp.
You're gonna die.
Just to, like, I guess put that into better terms or whatever. Like, so you steal a T2 camp, which is pretty good, but you lose like your tower because there was no one to clear the wave. You weren't paying attention enough to like the wave state, so you didn't notice that like they had an opportunity to take the tower and they took it. You need to be like catching those waves. Remember, like every 30 seconds, dude, like a wave spawns every 30 seconds, which a really good rule of thumb is like anytime you do anything. So let's say like the thing that you did was take like the T2 camp. Now you should be thinking like, is there a wave I can take? Do I have to take the wave? Like, are all the waves covered? And if they aren't, you have to go and take it. Like, you got a big soul lead here, but you've sacrificed a ton of map control because you lost your tier 1 walker in mid lane, which you can sort of view it as being like twice as valuable as the side lane tier 1s because of what it covers, like what it allows you to more easily take, like the T2 camps on both sides, the T1 camps on both sides, like both bridge buffs. Like, so really important that you play to try and take this tier 1 tower and not lose yours. The other thing is, remember that like when it's all told, bridge buffs are kind of worth like thousands of souls because they give you so many stats. Maybe not that. Actually, it's like 2,000 souls or whatever. They're really important. And there's a fat wave. Again, you take this really elaborate route. Like, I don't even think you need to back here at all, actually. Like, you're playing Mina, you have good sustain on your rake, you have good opportunities, like take T2 camps and stuff. This is just trolling. Not the bit where you fell over. That's funny, but whatever. But this rotation is like ours. Taking this camp is good. But now, like, look at your mid lane, right? Like, a wave, you have to be moving to mid lane now because there's no one to catch that wave, and your walker's already taking a ton of damage. Like, you got to be screwing that lane. Here, this is like pretty much like the biggest throw of the game in my opinion, because you fight this fight that isn't actually real. Like, it's a 3v3, it doesn't really matter. There are 4 T2 camps sitting like between you and mid lane where you should be catching that wave and pressuring that tier 1 tower, and there are a total of like 10 on the map. Like, you got to be taking this fight. Like, think about it. Like, what are you really fighting for? Like, you're matching Bebop, that's fine. Like, you want to match Bebop, but you don't have the tempo opportunity to do so. Bebop's already pushed out the mid lane, and that's why he can come and gank another wave. You haven't, which means you're gonna lose no matter what. Like, even if you get a kill here, who's this fucking slacking me, dude? Even if you get a kill here, like, it's pretty much completely offset by the fact that you lose the wave. So no matter what Bebop does, he's actually winning, and no matter what you do, you're losing, and it gets worse because you die. So you get nothing done, you lose a wave that crashes into your walker in the mid lane, and then you die. Like, this sucks. This is like, if I do this in my game, I'm immediately like, what I'm doing is like self-imposing a ban on like fight participation. I'm saying like, I fucked that up hard. Now what I need to be doing is just power farming, which is basically what Mina should be doing in the mid game anyway. Wave, like every 30 seconds, which means you have enough time to take a camp in between every wave. Wave, camp, wave, camp, wave, camp, right? That's like your mid-game rhythm. None of this fucking, like, I'll fuck around, like, I'll look for a fight, I'll match Bebop. Like, you're only really looking to gank if the kill is, like, actually free. If someone's at, like, 30% HP and they're shoved all the way in and they're completely alone, like, that shit's free. Outside of that, like, you're looking to take these camps, these mid waves, like, on cooldown every single time, non-stop throughout the mid game. Bam! This is a terrible 2, by the way. I don't mean to, like, roast you or whatever the fuck. 2 away! Like, don't 2. Like, essentially what you do is, like, make your position much worse. You, like, 2 into a spot where, let's look at it from Venator's perspective, right? Like, look at this. Like, Venator, I'm gonna pull out my gun. I don't know why it's hard lagging. Hold on. Oh my god, that's way further back than I wanted. Okay. This Venator, like, from his perspective, like, he shoots you a little bit, right? Yeah, and he's got a really strong position because he's on the bridge and he's backed up by 2 basically tanks, so he's not worried at all. He can do whatever he wants. He notices that Shiv is low HP and that you're overextended, so bam, he pulls out this gun. Boom! I guess he's hoping for a kill there. This, I don't know, he's kind of trolling here, like he's just standing there. He's tunnel vision. He hits you with it. Then look at this. You 2. And then you 2 again. Look how easy this shot is. Like, this is literally the freest shot in the world. 2 backwards, bro. Like, 2 behind cover and then zipline away. Pow! Free kill. Okay, I don't mean to fucking roast you or whatever. Like, I think your mechanics are actually fine and as to be expected. It's your macro that's really poor. This open, like, I don't see a problem with this open, but what you're actually looking to do is take this tier 1 tower. Do you take it? Push, 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 push. No, right? Look at the map. Look at the map, bro. You know that there are 3 of them on pushing that T2 walker on the side lane. You know that there are 2 of them pushing the T1 tower on the other side. You don't see Silver anywhere. She's the only one that can contest you. So fuck it. Push this tower and take it. I promise you, if you push that T1 there, you'll get it. And then here, like, the problem is, like, if you wanna help with the defense on this T2 walker, you need to open there, right? You need to come straight from base using the zipline into that fight. By the time you get there, it's too late. They've all fucked off. So what are you there to do? Like, nothing. You're just sort of running around when there are 3 T2 camps, like, right next to you. There are way more to take. So you're essentially like on Mina in the mid game, like, you need to have a really, really important reason not to be taking a wave, a camp, or a tower. Here, like, you're fighting over a tower. I think that's, like, kind of alright. It's a bit excessive. But look at your Bebop. Like, he's taking your walker. So essentially what you're doing is trading a T1 tower for a walker, which is losing. Blah, 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 blah. A bit overzealous maybe, but I like the attempt. Oh, you lost your T2 walker. That fucking sucks. Why does it suck so hard to lose your mid walker this early on in the game? Because of the same reason as the T1. They're like twice as valuable because they are a foothold over twice the amount of space on the map, which means twice the amount of camps. Like, the thing is, in low elo like this, like, no one really takes camps that much. Like, they think they do, but they actually don't. Like, there are a lot of times in somewhat higher elos where you look at the minimap and there's absolutely no camps available to take because people are macroing correctly. Here, like, you're fucking drowning in souls, like, sitting on the map, and no one's taking them. So it's like, yeah, you get the T1 walker, T1 tower, and that's cool, but you lost your walker, so it's totally not worth it. You're also, like, look at the clock, right? It's 14:48. You just passed the vent, which means you should be taking that vent and playing for the bridge buff. Which, yeah, like, it's sort of hard to judge you on that one because it's difficult to remember timers when there's so much going on, but it's just worth noting. Same again, like, Doorman's gonna beat you to it, so there's no point in going there. Take this camp! Take this camp. It's not there. So take the camp you just walk past, bro. Pop, 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 pop. Here, again, like this is just A-ramming, right? This is just A-ramming, which is the most, all random, all mid, sorry. I realize you don't come from MOBAs, which is why you may not, like, know these fundamentals. You may not know what that means. All random, all mid. It just means, like, where everyone piles in the mid lane, because they don't really know what else to do, and they see their opponents in the mid lane, so they're like, ah, fuck it, like, we ball. Like, I see my opponent, I go to where my opponent is. But actually, like, it means you're losing so many fucking souls, dude. Like, you're splitting souls with your Mo. You're also like way overextended because they have their tier 1 tower, which means they can just run away and hide behind it. You don't have that luxury, and you're in a 2v3. You can't, if they engage on you now, you die. Oh. All right. I mean, you didn't die, but you backed off. I remember this. Yeah, this one cracked me up, bro. You took like a complete losing position. Look at this. Look at this side lane, right? Look at the left side lane. Like, it's free. It's completely open. Like, when you're sitting on a side lane as Mina, that's like the ideal position. There's no one around you, so you don't have to share with anyone. You take every single wave every 30 seconds, and in the window between those 30 seconds, you either take a camp or spend your souls or play for a bridge buff. Like, that's literally it, and you just do that all throughout the mid game. And then here, like, you escape a completely losing position, and then you run straight back into it. Like, come on, dude. Yeah. This is like someone clawing themselves out of a bear trap and then thinking like, oh, like I did it, and then shoving their other leg back into the bear trap. It's like you're trolling. But here, I mean, here I think taking the mid wave is okay. It's whatever. But again, like, you took the wave. Can you can you take the next wave? Alternatively, can you take a camp? Another thing that I would be looking at here is like this push that they're doing with like Wraith and stuff. It doesn't actually look very good. Like, they're really extended. They're in a 3v3, which means if you come over, that's a 4v3. That's winning, bro. Wraith is like hard trolling. Rem is quite difficult to push into though, so I don't know. Take a camp. Take camps. You just walk past 3 tier 2s. Take that shit. So this walking past a camp, like, is crazy. If you ever find yourself, oh my god. If you ever find yourself like walking past a camp, like, why don't you just take it? Nice, like so if mechanically, maybe if you play that a little better, that converts into a kill. But I don't think it matters that much. You get him off the zip, that's really nice. Yeah, you should really be looking for like the Love Bites proc like into a rake, into an ulti. Abrams can't really do anything to you if you're not touching the ground, and Mina shouldn't really be touching the ground very much at all. So yeah. Again, like this is just more A-ramming. Like, this is, you're not getting anything achieved. Like, you're not making any souls. There aren't any waves to pressure the tower. There's no kill pressure, and there's loads of camps. There's sinners on their side of the map that you probably could be taking. Like, there's T2 camps literally everywhere. You could be taking all of these. Instead, like, you're mostly just hanging around, like, not really doing anything. You know, you're shooting bullets, which is like cool, like, I guess. T1 count, how? This is so nitpicky, but with Tank Buster, you don't need to shoot the minions, just rake.
I regret getting close to me.
Shoot. Pop. Yeah, more A-ramming, bro. More A-ramming. And this is hard losing. Run. You got a 2 now. Like, not later. I can see on the thing that you're about to die, which is spoilers. Also, I've seen this before, so I knew. But it doesn't matter. Like, you don't wait until you're about to die to 2. Like, use your 2 to exit a terrible position, which is what this means. Oh, what a shame.
I'm gonna hunt you all down.
Fast forward here, death, blah, 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 blah.
I want your blood.
I mean, it's just, I'm gonna like speed things up because I'm just repeating myself. This pattern of like just going mid because you see the opponent, like, this is kind of alright. You're defending, like, you're farming. This guy absolutely trolled it, so it's fine. But it doesn't really matter ultimately that much. The real problem is like, this fight is hard losing, by the way. Because you're not fighting over anything. Like, look at this T2 Walker up on the left-hand lane. It's at like 30% HP with a wave pushed into it, and there's no one to defend because they're too busy fighting. Like, you should be taking that zip before the wave gets there, shoving the wave out hard and taking the Walker. If you do that, if you do exactly that, I promise you, you are back into this game. But now, because there's no one there to actually shove out the wave, like, Venator just scoops it for free. You miss a huge opportunity. Shoot, 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 push, push, push. Back to A-ramming. Like, what is this, bro? What? Get out of the mid lane. Go farm some camps. You don't need to just hang out in the mid lane and shoot people. Like, it's not worth it. In the late game, when Mina's really strong, like, yeah, you can do that. But now, like, is not the time. Shoot, 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 push, push, push. Run away. You die here. So you might be thinking like, oh, why did I fucking die here? Like, you know, it's because you're getting behind. Like, you're not really behind yet, but you are starting to fall behind. The real answer is that everyone in this game is a little behind except Silver. You can imagine the timer. Like how many minutes on the clock is roughly equal to like the baseline thousands of souls that you have. So you should be aiming to have at minimum 22k souls by this point in the game, unless you're playing like Page or some shit, right? Like, and you can use that to like sort of analyze the curve of who's strong and who's weak. So like, what's her face? Silver is like at 24k souls. Well, that's one standard deviation above the curve. So she's strong. Everyone else, like Rem is on curve. Everyone else is below. I think my fucking headphones just died, so I won't have audio. I'm also gonna check that I'm still fucking recording. I am. Yeah, yeah. That's just like a good benchmark, really, of understanding like the game state. Is like understanding how many souls like you should have and who's up and who's down. Yeah, sorry, you die there because you're way overextended into a losing position, right? Like there's no tower to run away to, like nothing like that. So you just kind of cook. Here, like you should be opening. Yep, nice, correct. This is what I want to see. Doorman's kind of trolling because he comes up and takes your souls, but this is what I want to see, like catching these huge waves, which are like massive sources of souls, and then in between the time that you would be catching a wave, well, there's no wave to catch, so I'm gonna go and take like a T2, a T1, so the center is like whatever. Pop, pop, pop. Again, like use your rake, dude. Like, it's free. It just costs a few seconds of not having it. Like, you should be using a rake all the time. It's basically like Baron, really. There's no planet in which you win this fight, by the way. Like, he's got all the way up. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Maybe you could have played it better. But it's the fact that like, by virtue of the fact that he's pushing you, means that he thinks he can win the fight, which probably means that you're gonna lose it. So, you know, just back off. Like, use your 2 get away. Don't try and win here. Fighting into Venator's Mina can be really, really difficult because when you if he has his ult out, like it doesn't matter if he silences you or not, because he can just shoot you with it, right? So you sit there floating. Meanwhile, he can just shoot you in the head. Like, it's bad. So it's really bad. But I wouldn't really worry about these mechanical misplays. Like, the mechanics, that they come secondary to like just having fun, like playing the game a ton, like playing a lot of Street Brawl. What really, really matters here is like taking these waves, that's fine, but then you're just running past goals. By the way, this is like so troll. Like, I get that you want to fucking... The real problem is that, like, as you know, like, because you lost your tier 2 tower everywhere, it means that you can't contest these, like, because the enemy doesn't have to overextend. There's no risk to Silver here that she's going to get caught out, because she can just run back to her team. Where are you going to run to? You don't have any towers, you don't have any teammates, and you're way behind. So you essentially like put yourself in a little box with a werewolf who's like way ahead of you, and then you die. Like, I understand like what you're trying to do, you want to contest these things, but you need to be able to identify like objectives that you can't contest, and therefore should trade for something else.
So it's to be a day of violence,
yeah.
I see.
It's the same story. Like I really want to see you, opening the asylum. Another thing you need to do is you seem to be really hesitant to do anything more than just clear the waves that are there. That's not enough. Like to get pressure around the map, to get tempo around the map, you need your waves to be pushing into their turrets, and that means that clearing it like isn't really good enough. You need to be clearing it and then pushing it all the way out if you can get rid of it. Here, like I don't like so perfect tier 1 camp. It's like the least valuable camp in the game. This is fine. This is not fine. Like again, the problem is that all these fights are now losing. This is something that I think people run into a lot when they are in low elos and they don't really know what they're doing, and so when they're ahead it feels like they're doing a good job because they're taking a lot of fights and they're winning them, and when they're behind it feels like they're doing really, really bad even though they're doing the same thing. And it's because like whether or not you win or lose these fights, it's not dictated by how well you play them necessarily or what the position looks like a lot of the time, and all this stuff at the most fundamental level is dictated by how many souls you have versus how many souls your opponents have and how many people are in that fight. Like if we can let's tally like the net soul value of this fight for both sides, right? So like Doorman, he's come back into the game, so he's ahead of the curve and he's on 32k souls. Very nice, good for Doorman. You're on 25, which means the total soul value is 57k. Yeah. Compared to you're going into Venator, Bebop, and Rem, that's 3 of those, which immediately puts you in a difficult spot. And they're 26 plus 31, that's 57 plus another 30, that's 87,000 souls. No, that can't be right. 98,000 souls. So you're going into a fight that has like a 40,000 soul deficit. Like you're not gonna win, and then you die. The rest of this game is basically just you doing the same thing again, right? It like taking fights. Oh, listen, don't be sad, bro. Okay, like I know that it doesn't feel good to lose, and it feels right now that you're like really bad at the game. And I'm not gonna say that you're good. It's that you're just making like one really big mistake that's like a core fundamental of how MOBAs are played. The best way to play MOBAs is to acquire souls and spend them, which means that like you're looking to take those objectives, those permanent advantages all the way throughout the game that will give you souls both immediately and in the future via map control. So you're looking to take that T1 tower in lane when you have an advantage. You're looking to take that T2 tower when you're in the mid game and you have an advantage. Like you're always looking to shove, like take the wave as quickly as possible so that your timer is available to take a camp, and then go back, like hit the wave again, take the camp. Wave camp. Like I cannot stress this enough. Like you will skyrocket in elo and skyrocket in success rate if you start understanding that your mid-game objective is to slurp up as many souls on the map as possible and then take that soul lead and convert it into teamfight wins in the late game with Mina's like insane scaling. And like, so I know that it feels like you're not very good, but really like one big mistake. And to be honest, like the rest of the game, it's not really worth analyzing because the game's already over by this point, right? Like your team's on a 30k soul deficit. Even though it's in the weekend and what happens, I can guarantee you, like you get a kill. Yeah, I do want to talk about this one. This is nice, right? Like death timers are so much more punishing in the late game because dying only really matters based on like the time that you're not available on the map to contest objectives, to secure souls, to do all this stuff that gets you ahead. Which means nice, like you have a really big opportunity here where half their team is dead, the other half is off doing other stuff, so you convert this into a walker. Perfect. What I also want you to be doing is like absolutely stripping all of these camps that this T2 walker was effectively defending. No one's available to take it off you. Like Mina can absolutely shred through camps. Remember, by the way, that taking camps, like it has an exponential soul increase, because the more souls you have, the more damage you do, the faster you take camps. The faster you take camps, the more souls you get, the more items you can buy, the more damage you do, the faster you can take camps. Like it's going to snowball into itself. People look at snowballing and they think like, okay, well I get a kill, then I snowball that into more kills. Wrong. You get a kill that gives you some souls, you buy some damage, you turn that into objectives. You take the souls, you snowball those objectives into bigger objectives, into permanent victories that give you more map control, into permanent objectives and late game objectives like mid boss with the rejuve, and you look to like start stripping apart their base. Which is great, like your team takes the walker, but then you're backing off way too early. Like you can, because they have to go and get that wave, right? Like the wave is further up than all their camps, and you're standing right next to the camp, whereas they have to first spawn, take the zip line, and then go and get the wave. You can definitely have taken like all of these camps as you fade away. So a good rule of thumb is like once you've shoved out a walker, you're looking to back off and strip their side of their camps as you back off. I think the game is just over by this point. Like, that's a really nice comeback opportunity that you were given, and comebacks are really big. But here, you make the exact same mistake again. Like, you go into this little box with Silver when she's way ahead. Try and contest her over these, and she's shit-talking you, right? Like, she's, oh, you're not Sigma, ha ha ha. But she didn't do anything good here. You guys did something bad, which was try and contest a Silver that's way ahead, in this tiny ass room. Like, don't worry about her shit talk because she didn't outplay you. You outplayed yourself.
The enemy could be
and
anywhere.
Then the game's just over. Like, they're looking for this final push of the redo. And this is bizarre, by the way. Like, I don't know why you thought now would be a good time to take the Sinners, but if they're knocking on your base, like, yeah, fair enough. There's probably not a whole lot you can do, but you can't be looking for like a pick on their Wraith or some shit. That might help, or just use your ult to clear the way. And this game's just over. Like, yeah, you find a nice pick on Bebop, I think, at some point, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's too little, too late. So yeah, like, don't be discouraged, don't be disheartened. Like, I know it feels difficult and like you're really bad at the game, but I promise you that because you don't have experience with MOBAs, like your mechanics are fine. Like, you're not actually that bad. Like I don't want to use the term bad. I want to use the term like new, right? These are really core fundamentals that a lot of people with MOBA experience will get very quickly. And if you don't have that MOBA experience, it's very much not intuitive. Like, you might think that you're taking camps, you might think that you're taking boxes, but you're actually not. Like, you need to be prioritizing them way harder. So next time you go into a game with Mina, what I want you to do is play the mid game pretty much as you did. I mean, I think that's fine. Like, maybe a bit more, much more emphasis on like pushing the wave. And then like looking out for those timers at 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minute 30. The 3 minute 30 is like if you take the T1 camp at 2 minutes, then it will respawn again in a minute and a half around 3 minutes 30, which is really important to do. So in your early game, like, I really want to see like pushing the wave a lot harder, taking those timers. In the mid game, I just take a wave, hope preferably on the side lane, but just whatever wave you can, take a wave and then take a camp, and then take a wave and then take a camp, and then take a wave and then take a camp. Buy when you can, take bridge buffs when you can. Don't worry about what your team is doing, what their team is doing. Don't worry about that. Just take a wave, take a camp. Take that massive soul lead that you will acquire through superior macro, and then start to look to take fights in the mid game. The late game, knock people off the board for like 40 seconds, 50 seconds, and use that to take bigger objectives, which will snowball your lead into a victory. So yeah, like, please don't be disheartened. I know it feels difficult, but these like absolute core fundamentals, like, as soon as you learn them, you will have just an infinitely easier and better time at playing the game. Okay, thank you, good luck, have fun.